Hey guys. Have you ever thought to yourself, man, they just don't make them like they used to? Nickelodeon shows, popsicles, water in Flint, Michigan. As a fellow gamer, I think it's safe to say that we're a nostalgic bunch. And not just because we're a bunch of man-children with attachment issues, but because games have been with us for all of our lives. Hey, we go on Reddit and we post things like, does anybody remember this gem? If any game deserves a HD remake, it's this one. Guess what I just found in the attic? Tonight's gonna be lit. We hold our childhood games with such a high regard that it's practically impossible for them to live up to it. We just end up getting disappointed every time we try and relive the good old days. It's so sad. But even though there's some games that aren't quite as amazing as we remember them, I think there is one thing that holds up after all these years. Chef Boyardee. Just kidding, I'm talking about video game commercials. That used to be so dang good. They used to be energetic, in your face, and, most importantly, they made you go, whoa. Do you remember that feeling you used to get when you were a kid? When a game you're really looking forward to, you see a commercial for it on TV, and you get so excited, you're like in a state of euphoria, and you have to grab a pillow so you can cover up your game bulge before your parents come in? I need to spend more time writing jokes. As I was saying, back in the day, video game commercials were the bee's knees. Just take a gander at this beauty for the Sega Saturn.
Now you may return to the world as you know it. And remember, look for Sega Saturn. It's out there.
Oh, that was cool. Okay, so some commercials were clearly made while under the influence of cocaine, but not all of them. In fact, most of the commercials from the 90s I don't even remember, considering I was just a dumb little moron baby, pooping my pants and whatnot. But there were still some pretty poppin' commercials, if you know what I mean. I've always liked this one for Super Mario 64, mainly because of the sassy 90s kid.
Check this out! What am I, a monkey? You could zoom in, zoom out, change angles. Go anywhere you want to go, do anything you want to do. Here we go! Whoa, I'm out of here!
Change the system.
I'm out of here. I'm gonna go down to the pizza parlor with my boys. My favorite series of video game commercials of all time, which just so happens to be the topic of this video, are the Nintendo costume commercials. These bad boys featured real-life people in Nintendo character costumes doing all sorts of wacky antics. Cool, right? Yeah. From my understanding, this era took place from around 1999 up until the end of the GameCube's lifespan, which is infinite because the GameCube is the best console of all time. Now, if you don't remember what the costume commercials were, I pity you. If you sorta kinda remember, but you need a refresher, you disappoint me. Nintendo's costume commercials were, and I can't stress this enough, pure greatness. I believe the first one they made was for Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo 64, and it featured 4 guys in Nintendo costumes just beating the snot out of each other. And it was amazing. Mario leg sweeps Yoshi for literally no reason, and it's just total chaos after that. Pikachu sort of just gets bullied the whole time, and then he flies through the air, back and forth somehow. The sound effects are really great too. I think it's the overall charm that makes this such a good commercial, and even though the gameplay clips are short, they really aren't even necessary. The most entertaining part of those commercials was just watching the guys in costumes do what they do. And that's a fact! Now buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because the costume saga was just getting started. Almost every Mario game released for the GameCube featured some sort of costume commercial, and little kid version of me was loving every second of it. Mario Superstar Baseball alone had like 3 different costume commercials. Bowser charging the pitching machine. Hilarious. Peach blowing up Luigi's car. Epic. Mario playing his own theme song on a ballpark organ. Classic. and then he gets hit in the head with the ball. Nintendo, you've done it again. Here's one for Super Mario Strikers. Oh, it just looks like a regular match of soccer. I don't know what's... Oh my god, it's Mario! I love how the actual players have no idea what's going on, and it's just Mario going full savage on them. If you hadn't noticed, there's a recurring theme of violence and slapstick comedy throughout these commercials, which I have absolutely no problem with. How do you make your commercial more exciting? Violence is the answer. Mario Party 4's commercial just doubled down on this philosophy. Mario skis off a roof. Yoshi paraglides into a bridge. Luigi, Mario, and Peach have a backyard wrestling match. I don't know what else I did a little bit of digging, and I discovered that these costumes were made by a company called KCL Productions. I just want to let you know, once I become rich and famous, I'll be hitting you up for one of them Mario themes. There's a few more commercials I want to mention real quick. NCLB, No Costume Left Behind. Mario Kart Super Circuit, probably the most edgy of the bunch. Non-stop thrills, non-stop spills. It's actually really weird, and yeah. Super Mario World for the Game Boy Advance. I really like this one. They even had to make a whole separate Mario head so it looks like he's holding his breath. Don't you just want to squeeze those cheeks? Mario Party 5, 6, and 7. A bit lackluster in comparison to Mario Party 4. You got Mario making a speech, Bowser getting picked on by some kids, and I actually kind of feel bad for him, and then some cruise ship activities. Now there's one final commercial I've been saving, because it's perhaps my favorite of the bunch. You can probably guess what it is, so let's say it together. Super Mario Sunshine!
The world a special place. Cherish life and never waste.
Everyone loves a sunshiny day. We're gonna keep it that way. Let's
Clean is better than dirty, and dirty is better than clean.
all lend a helping hand.
Mario can't do it alone.
He'll spray his water to fly around. Clean the sludge that's on the ground.
Better than dirty, and dirty is better than clean.
Yeah.
Costumes? Check. Catchy music? Check. Weirdness? Check. What more could you possibly ask for? This commercial makes me want to lend a helping hand and clean that sludge that's on the ground. It's spreading a positive message while simultaneously advertising one of the greatest games of all time. Checkmate. Everybody. Unfortunately, it seems I may be in the minority here. The comments on this video are borderline criminal. See guys, this is why the GameCube failed. Because of poor marketing. What are you talking about? This is great marketing. This is the best marketing of all time. This is what all marketing campaigns wish they could be. And they wonder why the GameCube didn't gain much sales. It didn't gain much sales? Question? Actually one of the worst advertisements ever. This is probably half the reason Sunshine gets such a bad rap. They advertise it as a bad word, eco-friendly save the planet educational game, not a true, fun 3D Mario game that stood on its own. Does Mario Sunshine really get a bad rap? I mean, sure, it's not the most polished Mario game, but it's really good. And it's like the third best selling game on the GameCube. So I don't know what this guy's talking about. He's just lying. He's just lying. I always thought this commercial was creepy. It's not creepy. It's good. It's not bad. It's not creepy. It doesn't scare. If it scares you, there's something wrong with you. It's great. What's wrong with these people? I can't be the only one who loved this commercial. Sad face. One like. Make that 2. Cringe overload. I don't really feel like making this video anymore. Everyone was making fun of the Super Mario Sunshine commercial. It's good. It's not bad. It's good. Bye, guys.